¿Qué tal, Game Passers? Hoy tenemos una incorporación que me hizo bastante ilusión, que es el Return to Monkey Island. Los más jóvenes supongo que no sabrán ni qué es esto. Pero bueno, es el regreso de una de las grandes aventuras gráficas de todos los tiempos. Gente de mucha calidad detrás de ella. Así que vamos a jugarla. Vamos a ver qué tal. Y en principio la vamos a jugar entera. Mira, el álbum de recuerdos, si no conoces Monkey Island necesitas un repaso. Pues sí, porque claro, hace como 25.000 años. Bueno, vamos a ver primero qué hay aquí en las opciones. Controles, sonido, distorsión. Vale, pues vamos a ver esto.
Want to see my mighty pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mighty pirate.
Esto no está subtitulado.
That's me, Guybrush Threepwood. That's me, Guybrush. In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth.
En el pasado te hacías pirata completando 3 pruebas para demostrar tu valor. Buscar tesoros, combate de espadas.
The test of thievery involved breaking into the governor's mansion. The security was heavy.
Entrar en la mansión del gobernador.
This is when I met Elaine, the love of my life. She was governor at the time.
Aquí conoció a Elaine, el amor de su vida, que era gobernadora.
Things took an unexpected turn while I was working on the 3 trials.
Las cosas se pusieron un poco raras mientras
Elaine was
hacía las 3
kidnapped and
pruebas.
taken to Monkey Island by the nefarious ghost pirate LeChuck.
Secuestraron a Elaine, el misterioso fantasma pirata
LeChuck thought he
LeChuck.
was in love with Elaine.
Estaba enamorado de Elaine.
I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine.
Reclutó una tripulación para
My
salvar a
first
Elaine.
ship was the Sea Monkey. I bought it at Stan's used ships with a letter of credit that I, sort of falsified.
Bueno, consiguió un barco
Monkey Island was a steaming
falsificando.
volcanic mystery, covered with jungle and not found on any map.
Monkey Island era una isla
You
secreta
had to
volcánica.
brew a special potion just to find Monkey Island. I made some substitutions,
Tenías-
but it got us there just the same.
Tenías que beberte una poción solo para poder encontrar
On the
a
island was a
Monkey Island.
gigantic monkey head statue with hidden catacombs underneath.
Había una cabeza gigante de mono con
The monkey
catacumbas
head opened with a
escondidas.
special key that you stuck in its ear.
Vale, la estatua se abría con... Vamos, con eso.
I met an old castaway there, Herman Toothrot. He and the locals wrote a lot of indignant letters to each other.
Bueno, conoció a
LeChuck's
gente por
ghostly
ahí.
ship was anchored in a lake of lava hidden beneath the island's surface.
El barco fantasma de LeChuck estaba ahí bajo la
We
montaña.
wound up back on Melee Island for the stunning conclusion to my first big adventure. I made it to the church just in time to stop the wedding. Or so I thought.
Vale, llegó a la iglesia justo antes de que se
It turned
completara la
out
boda.
Elaine already had everything under control. How does she do that?
Pero resulta que Elaine ya lo tenía todo bajo
By
control.
then, I had learned that ghosts like LeChuck are vulnerable to root beer. Just trust me, it works, okay?
LeChuck es débil a la
I
cerveza
defeated
de
LeChuck, and he
raíces.
basically exploded.
Derroté a
It
LeChuck
was
y
the beginning
explotó.
of something magical.
Y fue el principio de algo mágico.
These are from the time I went to find the treasure of Big Whoop.
Vale, esto entiendo que es el
I
Monkey
met my
Island
good
2.
friend Wally, who makes maps, and I stole his monocle. Good times.
Wally
The
hace
mysterious
mapas.
voodoo lady at the International House of Mojo taught me to make a voodoo doll, which came in handy more than once.
Vale, una
The
maestra de
map to the
vudú.
treasure had been torn into 4 pieces, which, let's face it, is about as piratey as it gets.
El mapa del tesoro estaba en
Elaine
4
always
piezas.
seems to know when I need her.
Elaine siempre sabe
Again, it
cuándo la
came down to
necesito.
just me and LeChuck at the end. He was using magic, but then, so was I.
Ahí estaba LeChuck usando magia, pero yo
One
también
time,
podía
Elaine
usarla.
got turned into a statue. Well, LeChuck was behind it, of course. That guy never gives up.
Elaine se convirtió
The
en
fact that
estatua
he
una
turned
vez.
her into a statue tells me LeChuck doesn't really love Elaine. He thinks of her as furniture. It was around this time that I met Murray, the allegedly all-powerful demonic skull, after a rousing sea battle.
Murray
I
la
erupted a
calavera.
volcano on purpose. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for
Sí.
Elaine. Things backfired on LeChuck because Elaine and I got married when it was all over. Game, set, matchmaker.
Elaine y Tripod se
This
casaron.
was a great day. Though in retrospect, we shouldn't have had the scum bar handle the catering. This is the daisy we stomped on together. The wedding, that's either Elaine's wedding veil or my handkerchief. I wrote a great haiku for the wedding invitation. I don't know why you have to have candy-coated almonds at a wedding, but apparently you do. Elaine and me together forever. The daggers are symbolic of cutting through troubles, I think.
Elaine y yo juntos para
man.
siempre.
This was that crazy time LeChuck teamed up with an Australian billionaire and tried to use a mystical talisman to make Elaine his bride.
Vale, LeChuck se hizo socio de un australiano rico y bueno, eso, vamos.
LeChuck and I
Intento
battled it out on a
recuperar
grand scale
a
that
Elaine.
time. Then there was the time I accidentally let loose LeChuck's pox over the entire Caribbean. Or so it seemed. I had to wear a hook for a while. It came in handy. Elaine wasn't fooled by LeChuck's human form any more than I was. I should have trusted her more. Morgan Le Fay betrayed me, even after we bonded inside a giant manatee. I should have trusted her less. The
Morgan la
death card doesn't
traicionó.
usually represent literal physical death, except when it does.
Vale, la
I went on
muerte.
trial for my life on 4 separate charges. I defended myself, of course.
Vale, tuvo un juicio
Love
para
did win
defender
out
su
in the
vida.
end. Oh, I defeated LeChuck with this. His leg came off as easy as tearing a loaf of bread.
Derroté a LeChuck así. Nota personal, conseguir más papel para el resto de mis
Oh,
aventuras.
here's that voodoo
Vale.
doll from the end of my Big Whoop adventure.
Básicamente historias de piratas cogiendo tesoros y quedándose con la chica. Así que vamos allá. Modo casual, toda la historia de siempre con puzzles casuales para jugadores atareados. Modo difícil, más puzzles y más difíciles a tope para los aventureros acérrimos que lo quieran todo. Hombre, vamos a ir al modo difícil. Obviamente. Si hay que mirar guías, se miran guías, pero...
Take this, LeChuck! Guybrush, come over here. Gently now. Remove my mask.
Will you promise to stop picking on me?
All right, I promise. Anything. Just put my leg back on.
Hey, you kids. You're not supposed to be in here.
What's next?
Let's goof on those two. Pretend they're our parents.
Yeah! Sorry we ran off.
¿Pero qué pasa con los
We're
aquí con los
probably worried
subtítulos?
about murderers and ne'er-do-wells.
Don't worry, I found him.
Come on, let's go.
Texto, voces, solo voces, no hombre.
Let's pretend I have powers that make lightning
No
come
sé
out
si.
my eyes.
It's so lifelike.
I wonder if it's real.
No lo sé.
Sorry, boys, could you stop following us? It's creepy.
Yes, sir.
scurvy dog shack back there.
Scurvy dogs. I've never had one of those.
No way. You have to try one. It's the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. No fooling.
Wow.
Vale, se mueve con el joystick.
I once got a scurvy
luego
dog that was
con
bigger
el-
than my head.
Joystick derecho, muevo el esto. Supongo que también si me acerco. Bueno, no, hay que moverlo con el joystick derecho.
Wakey, wakey, Mr. Pirate. Hello? Boom.
Ha! He's dead to the world.
Sounds real. Hey, Chucky, get ready to run. I guess they don't like visitors.
Let's go next door and get scurvy dogs.
The words don't look like words, but there's a picture of a scurvy dog.
Usa el agarrador con el joystick derecho para alternar los objetos de tu alrededor. Vale.
Looks like they need a swabby in here. I'll never be the ship's swabby. That is, they put it on a leg to keep you from walking off with it. It says, return outhouse key when finished, or else.
I once had...
How much are the scurvy dogs?
Scurvy dogs are only a half piece of 8. That's money that grown-ups use.
I know what a piece of 8 is. Can we get a couple of scurvy dogs?
Sure, if you give me a piece of 8.
Please? Can't you spare something for a couple of hungry kids?
Listen up, you little moocher. Let me tell you something. I don't like kids. I'm an honest businessman trying to make an honest living. I don't need 50 kids a day coming in and wasting my time trying to get me to give them free food.
I guess never mind.
Hey, I know. Let's look for change in the outhouse across the way. Coins fall out of people's pockets when they sit down in there. Did you know you can keep a scurvy dog warm by sticking it in your armpit?
How much are those chicken foot fries?
Chicken foot fries are 2 pieces of 8.
How much is a mug of grog?
Grog's for grown-ups. Beat it.
Madre mía. Vale, aquí tenemos la llave y tenemos lo de la grasa.
I'll bring this right back, sir.
You'd be wise to do that. I got the leg from the last kid who didn't bring back the key.
In France, they call a scurvy dog a chien scorbut.
It unlocks the outhouse outside.
Good, you unlocked it.
It isn't a piece of 8, but it's a round piece of metal about the same size and shape as a piece of 8.
That's called a slug. It's like a...
A fake coin is almost as good as a real coin.
Vale, habrá que coger esto y convertirlo de alguna manera en...
Chucky, why don't you look in the toilet?
No way. You do it.
Okay. Gross. I don't see any coins, and I'm not putting my hands in that. Ugh, what is this stuff? It smells the same as the toilet. Please wash hands before leaving outhouse. I'm not touching that gunk. It seems more like something Chucky would do. Hey, Chucky. It says you're supposed to wash your hands.
I never wash my hands.
any coins, and I'm not gross.
Vale, espérate.
It looks like a piece of 8, if you don't see very well.
I can stand on my head without using my hands. I once ate 2 scurvy dogs at the...
A ver, yo no creo que esto valga como doblón, ¿no?
What can we get with this?
Tastes like a piece of 8. Enough for a couple of
colado.
scurvy dogs if you want.
Perfect!
Take 'em, boy.
What are you getting?
What?
Just kidding. Here's yours.
Qué asco.
Yum! What do you want to do now?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Hey, Chucky, stand over here for a minute.
No way.
Exhibit removed. Aww. Smells like grog. Let's not go back there again. We'll just get yelled at.
I have an extra tooth in the back. I can feel it with my
Vale,
tongue.
hay turbo también. Eso está bien.
That's my friend Dee. Hey, Dee.
Hey, Chucky, what are you jerk faces up to?
We just got here.
I'm making a list of stuff to do.
Give me that. I'm an expert planner. There. Perfect. See you around the park, shitheads.
Pues buenas cosas, ¿no?
That's a cool anchor.
That just shows how little you know about anchors. This one's not a very good example. You'd know that if you read as much about anchors as I have. Did you know that anchors originally weren't designed to hold ships in place? They were used in combat, shot from cannons as a grapple when you were trying to board another ship. They started making them bigger and bigger because they would do more damage that way. Then, people noticed what happened when you missed the other ship and
No, no
hit
lo
the
hagas
sea
saltar.
bottom instead. The current bow-shaped design is actually less effective than the sharper V-shaped design that was popular last century. But the older design went out of fashion after sailors started to think the letter V was bad luck. You can still find the old kind around sometimes.
Todos sabemos que cuando algo así
Collectors
pasa,
have grabbed most of
puede ser
them.
un
On a
logro.
modern anchor, if you look close, you can tell that one side is a little larger than the other. That's to prevent what's called plummeting, where the anchor goes down too evenly, and then it doesn't catch well on the bottom. The little flanges at the tips are at different angles to make it twist on the way down for the same reason. Most anchors these days are made of iron, and you have to recast them like twice a year because they rust. About 30 years ago, somebody thought of a way to get around that by making them out of wood instead. All kinds of people invested a lot of money in these wooden anchor companies, but the only way they could keep them from floating was to attach another anchor. And so they gave up and went back to the old way. The word anchor comes from the Sanskrit word nagara, meaning city. They're called that because when you stop in the middle of the ocean, it's like you've made port at an invisible city.
Vaya tela, ¿no?
I'm kind of an expert on anchors. I read a lot.
That's a cool cool, Anchor.
Did you? They started then. People, the current, but you can on a modern. That's to prevent a little, most ink about third. Oh, but the word they're called. Yeah.
Hey, Chucky, wanna race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go!
I win!
Hey, hands off! That's our bread! Stop it! That's our bread!
Excuse me,
Yes?
could we have some of your bread to feed the duck?
I don't think so. We brought it for ourselves.
Excuse me,
Yes?
will you pretend to be our parents again?
What do you mean, again?
Run along and find your real parents.
I wonder what's in that basket.
Let's find out.
What do you think you're doing? Kids these days have no regard for personal property.
And no respect for your elders.
I have half a mind to give you a piece of my mind.
And I've got the other half.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Gotta run.
How rude.
Let's be frank. You can never hope to beat me.
No way! You'll never catch up to my level!
I win.
I win!
Nuh-uh.
You guys are both pretty weak.
Well, anyway, that was fun. What's this red glob on the ground?
That's ketchup. It's supposed to be really good with scurvy dogs. You're not gonna touch the ground with your scurvy dog.
No, of course not. Gross. Don't feed the duck. I want to feed the duck. I'm saving this scurvy dog for myself.
You should put that on your scurvy dog.
Claro, si no está en el suelo ya.
Do not pick the four-leaf clovers. As if. Let's look for a four-leaf clover.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
I found one.
Awesome.
There was still one left. Darn.
Did you?
Dar de comer a la pata.
At home, I've got a collection of old scurvy dog sticks. The whole shoebox.
That's our bread.
I can stand on my head without using my hands.
I want to feed the duck.
Logro, pata de la suerte. Compartir la suerte. Vale, pero entonces esto a ver si ha contado como dar de comer. Pedir un deseo en el pozo de los deseos.
I should throw my coin in and make a wish.
Deseo que Chucky tenga bigote. Deseo que Dee desaparezca. Deseo una planta chula. Deseo que hablemos al revés. deseo que hablemos al
I
revés.
wish we could speak backwards. Girl, what is...
Yes, you know.
Yes. Well, helps it. Yes,
That was fun.
Aw, man, it wore off.
Too bad. You made more sense than usual.
Vale. Buscar a nuestros verdaderos padres.
Did you know?
Coño,
Hey, Dad.
Hello, Mr. Threepwood.
Hey, kids.
su
Having
padre.
Yeah.
We got scurvy dogs.
Those have toenails and stuff in them. Ugh, I read about it.
And we were playing your adventures. We just did Big Whoop.
Big whoop. Oh, boy. That takes me back.
I like it when Chucky asked me to put his leg back on. He says it really funny.
You guys always make up the craziest stuff for the ending of that story.
It's fun.
But you can't just change it around. That's not how storytelling works.
A lot of your stories don't feel like they're finished at the end.
What do you mean?
Well, like, there's this one that you call The Secret of Monkey Island, where you went to Monkey Island and fought LeChuck.
Oh, that story has a great ending. There's punching and fireworks. I thought you liked that one.
But you never did find the secret. Not the real one.
Sure, but that's not what that story was about. Kids, let me tell you a story that is about finding the secret of Monkey Island.
Is this a long story?
I think maybe I gotta go use the bathroom or something.
Yeah, I have to go walk my tarantula.
Maybe I should go with them.
No, stick around. This is a good one. See, there was a rumor going around that my old nemesis, LeChuck, had somehow discovered the exact location of the secret of Monkey Island. I knew I had to get it before he did, so I went to Melee to get my own expedition started and beat him to the punch.
Tuvo como un poco de polémica por el aspecto gráfico, artístico, y a mí me gusta bastante. Ahora visto así más el juego, a ver, es arriesgado. No son los típicos dibujitos, pero se ve bonito. Ron Gilbert, leyenda de las aventuras gráficas. Parte 1, lugar acogedor. Logro 5G solo, parte 1.
Feels good to be back on Melee Island, the hub of pirating in the Caribbean, where every good expedition begins. I'll see some old pals and get things rolling. Or sailing in this case. Hi, I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Remember me?
Haven't seen you in a while, Threepwood. What have you been up to?
Well, you know, freebooting mostly, swashing buckles and so on. But now I'm getting an expedition together to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, you're sailing with LeChuck.
What? LeChuck's here in Melee? Is there widespread panic? Are people evacuating?
He doesn't seem interested in carnage at the moment. Ship's just here taking on supplies and crew, as far as I can tell.
Well, anyway, no, I'm not sailing with LeChuck. You know my history with him. LeChuck kidnapped my wife. He's always had designs on her. I sailed to Monkey Island to find them and get her back.
Oh, I thought you weren't married yet when that happened.
And didn't she more or less rescue herself?
That's not the point. He's an evil zombie ghost pirate, terror of the seas, and sometimes the land. A nefarious, conniving, murdering scallywag. A depraved, ruthless villain. And a loud talker. And I'm not those things.
They say opposites attract, but what do I know?
We've been enemies for my whole career. Everywhere I go, there he is. He plagues me. He's my nemesis.
Funny. He said the same thing about you.
That guy steals all my best ideas.
Are you sure it isn't the other way around? Seems like he was here first.
I don't know how he found out, but I'm sure he's just doing this to get one up on me. I'm mounting my own voyage. Mine.
Well, you'd better get cracking then. LeChuck's loading up on the outer dock as we speak.
Well, I'm gonna hire a ship and a crew and beat him to the punch. Just as soon as I can get someone to back the venture. I'm a little short on funds at the moment.
In that case, you'll want to go talk to the pirate leaders at the Scum Bar.
Exactly. That's why I came to Melee. It'll be great to see those old guys again. We'll knock back a grog and hash out the details.
Scum Bar, by the docks. Long table in the back.
I know where I'm going.
We'll see.
I detect a certain resemblance here.
Yes, it looks a lot like an owl, doesn't it? Shouldn't you be on your way to the Scum Bar to talk to the pirate leaders?
I was just about to head down there. I could stare at this forever, but that wouldn't be much fun for you. Re-elect Governor Carla. She's keen on bluntness. I better get cracking if I want to get to the secret before that scheming blackguard. I'll talk to the pirate leaders before I go see what LeChuck is up to. Some things never change. The Scum Bar will be here as long as there are pirates. Damn pirate wannabes. I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
In the back.
I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
In the back.
It's a book for storing collectible trivia cards. Looks like someone just left it here unattended.
¿Qué es esto?
I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition. In the back. Looks like a circus act. Maybe.
Vale, entonces quiere
I
decir...
really need to talk with the pirate leaders first.
Esto parece la cocina. ¿Y esto da algo? Supongo que no. Era como un coleccionable.
Nice and hot. Wonder how long I could stand here before bursting into flames. Have you seen the pirate leaders around? This is their table. In fact, you'd probably better move. You don't want to get caught sitting here.
It's our table, Rummy.
We're the pirate leaders. Get lost.
Where are the three older guys who used to hold court here?
Who cares?
Probably crying in an alley somewhere, wishing they were still relevant.
Making up trials for each other and writing memoirs that no one will read.
Is it you I should talk to about financing an expedition?
An expedition? Who is it that you think you are exactly?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Probably you've heard of me.
Probably not.
Permission to slaughter the annoying old wastrel man, Captain Madison.
Wait, it was Captain Madison? She's like famous! I've got her on a trading card. Her plunder stats are amazing!
Plunder stats aren't everything.
Then the others were Captain Lila and Captain Trent. It was Lila who threatened to kill you?
Look, they weren't that great, okay? Listen to the story.
Want me to slaughter him?
Don't bother. He's just a harmless hack who thinks he has a good idea for a pirate raid.
I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island.
You're wasting our time.
The secret? I didn't think that was even a real thing.
It's a mystery for the ages that must be solved.
The only mystery here is who let you into this bar.
Okay, I'm sensing some reluctance, but hear me out. Could you at least point me towards an available ship?
You don't even have a ship?
You're really up a creek.
Up a creek without a ship.
If you don't take this opportunity, LeChuck will grab it.
LeChuck?
Yes, the dreaded zombie ghost pirate LeChuck himself is also going after the secret. He's here in Melee getting ready right now. If that doesn't prove it's a worthwhile venture, I don't know what else to tell you.
Great. Problem solved.
Excellent. You'll do it.
No, of course not. Why waste money on an expedition when you can just join the one that's already going?
Have fun with your scary ghost friend. Bye-bye.
Well, the slight problem with that idea is that LeChuck and I are basically mortal enemies.
Va a haber que colarse en el barco de LeChuck.
Fine. I don't need you or your money. I can do this on my own. If I can't buy a ship, I'll steal one. I'm a pirate. I'll find a way to get to Monkey Island no matter what it takes. I like the old pirate leaders better. Elaine?
Guybrush!
Wait, are you going to tell a mushy part now?
A little, but I can skip over the hugs and kisses. Elaine!
Guybrush!
I was hoping you'd turn up in this story.
I was hoping you'd turn up in mine.
How's your scurvy prevention project?
It's great! We're going to get a lot of limes to a lot of sailors and save a lot of lives. I've got to come up with a way to deal with Captain Madison, though. The pressure she's putting on the town is making it hard for social programs like mine.
Necesitamos un barco para ir a la Monkey Island y no va a ser fácil.
Sounds like we both met Captain Madison.
I don't like her. She's the one who pushed to shut down the shipyard.
She doesn't understand the value of the secret of Monkey Island.
She laughed at me.
Me too.
Obviously, the woman has no taste and a lousy sense of humor.
You wouldn't happen to have a ship with you?
No, silly. I came on a charter. Just like you.
I figured that, but it never hurts to ask. I'm finding it harder than I thought to get hold of a ship and a crew for my expedition.
Why don't you ask around at the docks? I'm sure you can find something.
Thanks. I'll try that. I feel better just talking to you.
Me too.
Es su mujer, Elaine.
I have to get going.
Oh, so do I. Lots to do. Bye.
Bye. It doesn't look finished. Honoring Melee Island's 27th governor, Carla the Swordmaster, for her heroic actions at Santa Catalina. The problem with this statue is it's not a statue of Elaine, the best ever governor of Melee.
Correcto.
It's Elaine's flyer about how limes combat scurvy. It's important, but boring. I've never once made it all the way to the end. Elaine would kill me if she caught me pulling down her flyers. Going out of business? This place is an institution. They're having a half-off sale. Well, the voodoo here must be authentic, culturally, and historically accurate. The sign says so. Ah, the International House of Mojo. This place hasn't changed in years.
Welcome, Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again.
I have been waiting for you.
You mean...
Fate ordained that you would be here several minutes ago. Only you can manage to be late, even when you are fated to arrive.
It's a gift.
Allow me to seek knowledge on your behalf.
Will it cost me anything?
Pride, free will. Not much. The way to the secret is like a serpent which swallows itself. Many obstacles lie ahead.
Serpent, obstacles, got it.
You must walk the path. Yet you have already walked the path.
And now I'm going back again.
When you are unsure of the way forward, open this book for guidance on what is to come.
It can tell me my future?
In a way. Think of it as a book of hints.
What is it really?
A book of hints. Use it wisely. To know too much diminishes the voyage.
Neat. Thanks.
No charge. Now you must go. I have a luncheon, and your destiny lies at the docks.
It does?
Most assuredly.
At Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon, back shortly.
Vale, o sea, esto es un libro de pistas. ¿Qué es esto?
I've got a few coins for incidentals. The pen is mightier than the sword. Some lines are better left uncrossed. Looks like Wally's got a new place in Melee. I hope he's not still sore about the monocle. At Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly. This place has kind of gone downhill. Oh yeah, that clock has been broken for decades now. Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises. Oh, this was my favorite novelty store.
Un momento, quiero mirar una cosa. Vale, vamos.
Hi.
Everybody thinks they know more than the other.
Okay.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door. Things are not what they seem. All keys are gold. It's the way of keys. No one ever works together. All want their own prize. When they get close to finding it, suddenly they are gone. You can find a golden key, but you cannot own it. A lock is a beautiful thing. A key, even more so. If you listen close, you can hear the gears grinding. They're mostly gone now. Hardly anyone left to pick up the pieces. The queen always gives way to a new queen. She vanished along with the ship. I told her not to go. The secret smells like popcorn. Some islands you should not visit. But what can you do? I got my golden key. But then, that is not enough. Lights out always comes sooner than you think. He's doomed. But that's what you get when you get involved with a woman of station. They all think they deserve it. Well, they do and they don't. It's a fairly good story. I wonder if there will be a sequel. Everybody thinks they know more than the other. If you listen close.
Vale. Ah, vale, las tarjetas de Trivial son... Y apareció primero en... Ostras. Ni idea. Voy a dejarlo aquí porque...
The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. Employees only. It seems to be stuck closed. Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need some work. Looks sort of like an eye.
Welcome to my shop.
Hello. What's that lock?
That's for hats. And please don't touch the glass.
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
I see a peninsula trailing off into small islands, but no X marks the spot.
It's southern Florida. I have family there.
Handsome looking parrot.
And also vicious. but it was my mother's favorite.
Are these for customers?
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
These are nice.
It's a locksmithing test.
Close it all up, and if you get the key out, you pass?
That's the beginner level, yes. The real challenge is to lock the larger box inside the smaller one.
What's that key?
That's for a lockable quiver.
That's an impressive machine.
Yep. This wouldn't be much of a lock shop without a key grinder.
I see everyone in that portrait has lovely locks.
If you have to make a pun, at least make a good one.
What is that? It's definitely not a key. Or a lock.
It's a fishing lure, of course.
Of course. How much for the fishing lure?
It's not for sale. This is a locksmith shop. Perhaps you saw the sign outside?
Is that from a famous locksmith band or something?
My mother's band, the Golden Keys. They were named after some actual golden keys that she spent a bunch of time looking for.
What more can you tell me about the Golden Keys?
Not much. I was just a kid, and mysteries have never been my thing. Too messy.
I see everyone in that portrait.
If you have...
Vale, pues de momento, bueno, pues igual podemos hablar con ella.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Locksmith.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. And before you ask, yes they did, yes it was, and they really, really wanted me to follow in the family business.
I'm on a quest to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Exciting. The story in my family is that the secret is sort of like a key, one that opens all locks at once.
All at once? Well, how does that work?
No idea. It's just a story. But I guess you'll find out soon enough.
Can you really make keys for stuff? That seems like a magic trick.
Modern locks have serial numbers that tell me all I need to know. No tricks necessary. Just information.
It seems wrong that you can make a key from just the serial number.
It's a failsafe, in case people lose their key. You know how people are.
Who's the old lady in the window across the way?
You mean Whitey Bones. She used to be the undertaker here years ago. Seems to know a lot of things that maybe don't quite fit together.
Aren't locks way less secure if all you need is a number to get a new key?
That's why you should never share the serial number with anyone.
What happens if you lose your key and the serial number at the same time?
The numbers are usually engraved on the locks, just in case. And if you lose the lock, chances are you don't need a new key.
Well, what's to stop me reading the serial number on someone else's lock and having a key made?
The numbers are printed small enough that you need a special tool to read them. Only a pro would have a tool like that.
Can I borrow your lock serial number reading tool?
My magnifier? Not a chance. I could be drummed out of the union for that. If you want to play locksmith, you'll have to look elsewhere.
How well do you know Whitey Bones?
Not well at all. But she's been living near my shop for quite a few years. She was across from my old location, too.
But she moved when you moved?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
How would you like to join a pirate crew?
Would I have to leave my shop?
Well, yes, that's the general idea. The crew actually get on the ship and, crew it.
Thanks. I'll pass. Try down at the docks. There's always somebody hiring somebody down there.
I think I'll browse around.
Try not to touch anything. I've got a system, and I don't like it to...
Carla.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Oh,
Hello, Swordmaster.
Prepare to taste my blade, you washed-up hack.
When was the last time you had a bath?
Ha! That was marginally clever.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
How's the governorship treating you?
It's not as straightforward as I'd hoped. For some reason, you can't just tell everyone what to do and assume they'll do it. That's new territory for me.
Not for me. Maybe I should be governor.
I heard from your wife. She's coming by to talk about scurvy legislation. I assume you're involved with that somehow?
Elaine can handle it. She doesn't need me.
I don't doubt that, but it isn't about what she does or doesn't need. If it isn't about the scurvy project, why are you here?
I'm looking for the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you. I don't have it.
I'll be needing a crew. You interested?
Ha! I'd rather swallow a live badger than crew with you again. No offense intended.
So, unlikely but still possible?
No. You want a crew, go down to the docks and hire one.
Is there a government program that funds expeditions to find secrets of Monkey Island?
Oh, gosh. You're too late for that one. We canceled it last year and diverted the funds to build a habitat for the rare Caribbean whining leech.
Darn.
There's a ship at the docks that's headed for Monkey Island.
I think you're talking about LeChuck's ship.
Do you want to go to Monkey Island or don't you?
Elaine says Captain Madison is hurting her scurvy project.
Not the legislative part, just the public funding. The town was in a bind a while back, and that so-and-so, Captain Madison, saw an opportunity. She lent us the cash we needed, but now we're up a creek paying the interest. Things like social programs, waste management, and town maintenance are all on the back burner.
I like that woman less every minute.
You and me both.
Well, the mansion hasn't changed much. Elaine's style is still everywhere. Even the books are hers.
They're my books now, as you well know.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
I've seen that same painting on a box of frozen instant cereal. Elaine told me that's Lauder Neckbeard, second governor of Melee Island. His overly strict morals and overly lax regulatory policies helped make the island what it is today.
Stay out of my bedroom, Threepwood.
It's a lot of work being governor. I like your stuffed, guess it's a dog?
Please, take that and throw it away. It was a gift from the Earl of Thickwater, who is a contemptible pig.
The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station. It's thicker than I would have imagined. Warning, do not try these tricks at home. Can I borrow a book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never brought back the last book you borrowed. I had to buy another copy. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Vale, ¿eso no me va a dar un libro?
You never brought back the... You never even...
I totally forgot.
Of course you did.
I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey. Ugh, looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done. Edgy. It's soft and extra fuzzy. It's soft and extra fuzzy. Warning. The dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended. Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. Museum of Pirate Lore.
Museo de la Piratería.
I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now. At Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly. Once upon a time, I won a t-shirt right here on the front lawn.
Que vivía Carla.
A classic specimen of Alata needleus, a carnivorous vascular dicot known for its tasteful coloration, slight wiggle, and loads of tiny, sharp teeth. Ooh, purple flowers. These must be teasel, or alliums, or clematis. A classic specimen of Alata needleus, a Ugh. I'm hopelessly lost without a map.
Vale, vamos, que hay que venir con un mapa por aquí.
I'm hopelessly lost without a map.
Vale. Vale, bosque y museo.
Meathook's museum is gone. So is the cable to his island. It's just as well, given the worldwide rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle shortage.
Astillero.
I remember when this place used to be wall-to-wall with sword training gyms. Now there's nothing but trees. Progress. What happened to Stan's previously owned vessels? I remember when these torches lit up Stan's previously owned vessels like a carnival. The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush? It says, Tan's previously owned vessels. So sad. The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. This used to be such a bright, cheery place. It always looks bigger on this side of the island. It's sad to see the shipyard like this. It's a dried up old sea sponge. Looks like the only available ship on the island right now is LeChuck's. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out. Oh, I remember the first time Stan tried to fleece me. Looks like the only available ship on the island right now is LeChuck's. It's good for relieving stress. How clever. Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
Looking for a job? Step this way.
The clipboard in your hand says you're the quartermaster.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a vote. You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? I'm short a swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans are mostly tolerated.
Have you got anything more senior?
Well, I need a second mate, a bosun, a ship's surgeon, and a gunner. Do you think you're qualified for any of those?
Maybe Swabby's not so bad after all.
The only requirement is that you bring your own mop. If you've got a mop, the job is... Hey, wait a minute. What's your name, sailor?
Andrew LeChuck. No relation.
What a coincidence. LeChuck gave me a blacklist and you're on it. In fact, you are the blacklist. I'm sorry. Can't hire you. You're obviously Guybrush Threepwood.
Well, that's a slight hitch.
I'm confused. Didn't you say you were gonna get your own ship?
Yes, but then suddenly I thought, why bother? I wanted a ship and a crew. Here was a ship and a crew. Ripe for the taking. All I had to do was get on board, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Strike?
Mutiny the crew, seize the ship. Be a pirate.
Except they wouldn't hire you because they knew who you were.
Yeah, that was a problem. Also, I needed a mop. I hope this isn't one of those party cruises. No parking of demonic, ghostly, or undead vessels or scooters. Tuesdays 3 to 4. Looks like this is going to be a long journey. Say what you want about my evil, horrible nemesis LeChuck, but he does know how to stock a ship.
Why was Wally in such a hurry? He wouldn't sell us out to Madison, would he?
I believe he needed to relieve the pressure upon him in a different way.
¿Dónde está Wally?
Hi again. Oh, those new pirate leaders are real jerks. They laughed at me, and they won't fund my expedition. Why didn't you warn me?
Would you have listened?
Of course. Okay, no, probably not. I'm thinking about going on LeChuck's expedition after all.
I'm glad to hear you decided to patch things up.
No, he doesn't want me on the ship. I'm blacklisted. I'm gonna have to go in disguise.
These Shakespearean comedies just write themselves.
See anything interesting out there?
Change. The future.
Are those the names of ships? All I can see is open water.
It's what I named my cataracts.
Huh. I'm gonna find the secret.
Good for...
I'm gonna find this.
Don't sound much...
Ah, Hi, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. Oh, they're highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
¿Qué razón tienes, copa?
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body has fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic, stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes!
Now get lost.
Logro. Por los fans. Convenceco de que te hable de Loom.
Yeah.
Guybrush Threepwood, as I live and breathe. How have you been?
Same old, same old.
How's Elaine? She was always my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.
Still in public service. Fighting scurvy now.
My place is clean. Our health certificates are up to date.
No, it's not like that. She's got a foundation. They're trying to promote limes as a preventative.
Oh, well, tell her I say hello.
Those new pirate leaders seem like real jerks. Why do you even let them in the bar?
Well, they've driven off my old regulars, so I don't have a lot of choice if I want to stay in business. Also, if I tried to get them to leave, they'd probably cut me up and throw me in the soup. Frankly, I'm terrified of them. On the plus side, they have more disposable income and better hygiene than the old crowd.
Did I mention I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island?
No, I don't think you did. Well, that's exciting. So you'll be hiring a ship at the docks?
I'm going to steal LeChuck's.
Bold. I like your thinking.
The atmosphere in the bar is different than it used to be.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I've got to cater to the new crowd. Everything changes, Guybrush.
But the roaches stay the same.
I've missed your wit. And your low alcohol tolerance.
Hey! Did you know where I can buy a mop?
Buy? You don't want to buy a mop.
I think I do.
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree A tree uniquely suited to the handle
Que estará
of
en el
mops.
bosque, imagino.
Carve your handle from a limb of that tree. Any questions?
How do I find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
What kind of wood is the tree?
That is something you must discover for yourself.
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Are you sure I can't just buy a mop? Yours, for example.
No, you've got to make one. Trust me on this.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop. Active little guys, aren't they? Looks like a mugshot.
Stay away from that picture. Stay away from my mom.
It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. Then you have a packet of stick-on stars. Pests or garnishes?
A good cook sources local supplies when he can.
The food is more exciting when you can smell the risk. Ugh, I remember that stench as if it were yesterday. Pleasantly scorching hot. I think someone tried to secure a boat with this. The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old.
Vale, tenemos un coro del...
Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Let's pretend I would.
I completed the 3 trials.
Trials?
It's how they used to make their bones in the old days.
Well, I was a director of combat operations for the British Navy, and I've written 2 books on ship-to-ship tactics.
I'm a founding member and co-director of the Red Fleet and hold records for civilian casualties from San Domingo to Venezuela.
I'm an expert in 17 forms of hand-to-hand combat, 3 of which I invented. I served with Bellamy, Teach, and Roberts before they each met an untimely end that I might have had nothing to do with.
Just so you know, this is the kind of resume we expect.
Oh. Are you sure I can?
Yes.
Vale, tenemos que encontrar a...
The curtains are for sale too?
Everything goes. They'd make a great dress.
Green, half off. Blue, half of half off. Yellow, a crystal. Yeah, this isn't that kind of game. It's an unusual safe with 5 keyholes.
Alas, the safe is not for sale. It has been placed with me for safekeeping.
How much for the safe?
It is not for sale at any price.
I'd need a lot of keys to open that. Someone's very excited I'm looking at this sign. Everything's spilled out of it in a puddle. Not for me. Looks like it's been there forever. Keep up the good work, buddy. Not very practical. It says everything must go, but it says it with numbers. It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair. I didn't know these were a voodoo thing.
They're not. But the tourists like them.
Too bad it's empty. An empty basket. I should have gotten here last month. Do you do gift wrapping?
We're out of wrapping paper, unless you'd like it wrapped in the skin of a lizard.
No thanks. This is a neat symbol. What does it mean?
That used to contain magical disguises. But alas, they have all gone.
Yeah, it's too bad you're sold out. A magic disguise seems really useful.
There's always the famous eye patch of John Laney at the museum. I'm sure the magic has worn off by now, but I believe I could restore its abilities.
Museo.
Next time I'm in a drum circle,
Podrá
this
entrar.
would come in handy. What's this thing?
It's a forgiveness frog. When no apology will do, give the forgiveness frog. It's like a card, only much better because it's a frog.
I've never heard of that before.
Se la podríamos dar a la
You sure it's real
gobernadora.
voodoo?
No comment. It works. Trust.
I'll take this forgiveness frog.
It can help someone forgive even very old transgressions.
Vale.
Pointy.
It is a non-magical ceremonial knife. Very sharp indeed.
Oh, I'd like this knife.
An excellent choice. I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
This product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including vandalism, jailbreak, and theft of ancient priceless artifacts.
No problem.
Threatening, frightening, stabbing, shaving, or manicuring yourself or another person are likewise considered outside the scope of acceptable use.
Oh, okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing. Throwing the product violates these terms and will invalidate the warranty. Whittling, scrimshaw, mumbledy-peg, juggling, and any tricks involving stacking or balancing the product may cause serious injury and should not be attempted by unlicensed persons.
Uh-huh.
Use with breads, spreads, bedspreads, or thread may damage the product. If damaged, the product should not be used. Product is sharp and should not be carried in a pocket, coat, belt, hatband, handbag, shoulder holster, or sheath. At all times, keep the product away from children, pets, the aged or infirm, clowns, pirates, and adults. Where possible, it should be locked securely in a vault. The manufacturer accepts no responsibility for the consequences of any use or misuse of this product. By verbally assenting to these terms, purchaser hereby assumes all liability,
Nos ha dicho
past,
algo del
present,
museo.
and
O
future,
sea, deberíamos ir
throughout
al
this
museo
and
por el
all
parche
possible and
y,
impossible universes.
y podemos pedirle perdón
Yes.
a la
Is
gobernadora.
there anything I am allowed to do with it?
I am not able to answer that question, as it could create a liability issue.
I've always been impressed by your chair.
Thank you.
Your sign says you're going out of business. Or is this one of those not really going out of business sales?
There is a new dark magic on the rise in the Caribbean. It has many adherents, particularly among the young. There is little demand for my talents or my wares. Business is terrible, and there are other factors. Captain Madison desires this location. That it belongs to me will be of little help against her financial and political powers.
Whoa, back up. Dark magic, you said?
I did.
How does dark magic work?
Runes, chemicals, the power of secrets. I am no expert. It's too sterile for my tastes. I like things messy and theatrical.
Is dark magic powerful?
Powerful, yes, it can be. But dangerous. If the badger chews his own tail, soon there is no more badger.
You like that metaphor a lot, don't you?
It has many uses.
Can dark magic get me to Monkey Island?
No.
Nuts. Where can I get my hands on some dark magic?
Dark magic is not your path, Guybrush Threepwood.
Do you know more about this John Laney guy with the eye patch?
Captain John Laney was renowned as the pirate of 1,000 faces. It was said that he could fool his best friend with nothing more than an eye patch. That legend is true, but only because the eye patch he used
Vale, o sea que
was
si nos
filled
ponemos el
with
parche en el
much
ojo,
voodoo
nos
magic.
dejarán entrar en
The
el
eye
barco.
patch still exists. It is on display at the Museum of Pirate Lore here on Melee Island. If an enterprising person such as yourself were to liberate it and bring it here, I could most likely get it working again.
Got it. Thanks. Can you use your talents to tell me how Elaine is right now?
She is always close, no matter the distance.
Do your answers ever make sense?
There are no answers, only questions that are finished.
Are you able to see what LeChuck is up to?
Your goals and the goals of LeChuck are aligned, as always. But his intentions are darker. He would use the secret to do terrible things.
Dark-er? What's that supposed to mean?
LeChuck must not acquire the secret.
No argument there. Is this the year when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us. But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh, okay. Karina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
Got any other mystical advice or information for me? Stock tips or something?
No.
Ah, vale, ya está el tío de los mapas.
Hey, Wally!
Well, 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 look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
I'm looking for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys? Been a while since I made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
Ok. Espérame si encuentro el árbol.
You have a lot of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all. A little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was. Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing. And dark
una
magic
astilla
is
de un
taken
árbol,
over.
pero...
Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding
De la
edge
propia
of making
fregona
a
de
bundle.
cocinero, a lo
I'm
mejor.
about to franchise.
The town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps. So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
Bye. The voodoo lady said it was a forgiveness frog. It's my very own, very sharp, non-magical ceremonial knife. It's hopeless. I didn't know you made globes, too.
I don't. This is for reference. It's got all the latest continents.
Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
I appreciate that Wally hasn't traded it in for a new model just because it's been around the block once or twice. I feel very strongly about that for some reason. Hey, Wally. Bye. They're like glasses, only way less convenient. Ooh, look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
Oh, please take one. I use them to promote my business. See, it says maps and more on the edge.
Thanks.
Vale, tenemos un monóculo.
It makes things look bigger. Wally, can I have one of these maps?
Absolutely. If you pay for it.
Never mind. This map shows both sides of the globe.
It's twice the value.
Whew, looks chilly up there. It's a long, small map of somewhere far, far away. What's this a map of?
The secret movements and activities of my competitors.
That sounds reasonable. It's a map on a fan. What'll they think of next? This must be Trouser Island.
Actually, Mr. Threepwood, it's...
Yep, Trouser Island. I had a map like this once, but I sailed left. That looks like a treacherous voyage. It says, rating, Cursed Black Diamond. It's maps wrapped in maps. I didn't know you could do that. Hey, Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby. Hey, Wally, what's in these boxes?
Maps.
Ooh, this one looks nice. How much is it?
Oh, that one? Too much.
It looks expensive. And shiny. I like shiny. Good old mazes. Can't get enough mazes. Huh, never seen one of those before. Somewhat understated and somewhat overpriced. I try to steer clear of sea monsters myself. I try to... Huh, never seen one of them. Hey, Wally.
I use it.
Well, it's good to have a hobby. That looks like a It says, the first rule of piracy is never buy a used treasure map.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done! Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed! Wait, let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
Oh, key.
Vale, aquí era donde estaba... ¿Esto me lo dejó antes? Ostras.
It seems to be stuck closed.
Está atascada, pero no creo que podamos abrirlo con nada de esto. Entiendo que esto... Ah, por cierto, esto.
I'm no good at jimmying things.
Hostia, antes no he entrado ahí en la cárcel. ¿Verdad?
Aww. Also, the...
A visitor! Wait. Guybrush Threepwood?
Otis!
Howdy, kid.
And Stan. Otis, old pal. You haven't changed much since I last saw you.
I blame the government.
In fact, didn't we first meet right here?
Not at all. I was in the other cell that time. You look different somehow. New art style?
How nice of you to notice. Big news. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
That sounds fantastic. You know what I remember most about Monkey Island? The time you busted me out of jail right before we went there. I don't cruise ships anymore. But maybe you can still help me out. Like you did all those years ago.
Yeah, I'm sort of planning on hijacking an existing crew instead of recruiting one. But maybe I can spring you anyway, for old time's sake.
I would be most appreciative. A locksmith has opened very conveniently across the way. I am told locksmiths can make keys for things. Things like cell doors.
Imagine that.
Vale, a lo mejor con la... con la lente.
What did they get you for this time?
I'm a victim of circumstance. Circumstance being that too much attention gets paid to little things that don't hurt anyone, while hard killers roam the streets with pistols and swords.
I notice you didn't say what crime they locked you up for.
It was nothing. I was just picking some flowers.
In the forest?
No, that's illegal. I learned my lesson. I picked them from the governor's garden instead.
Picking flowers from the governor's garden sounds like an unwise choice.
We used to be friends. Sort of. Anyway, they aren't even her flowers. Taxes pay for them. It's public property. I don't know why anyone bothers me about it. I don't hurt anybody.
We'll accept the flowers.
They're annuals. They're doomed anyway. Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here. It's custard night. I don't think I can take that again.
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
Thanks.
Watch your boots in here, son.
At least the jail is well lit.
Yeah, but the better I can see it, the worse it looks.
I don't remember this place being so leaky.
They finally installed running water.
How's your day going?
I think there's some writing on it. I can read the serial number. I'll write it down so I don't forget. It says jail rules. 1. No escaping.
You look...
Any writing that was once here has been rubbed away. At least this jail has 2 lamps.
Yeah, we...
Hey, Stan!
Hello there, son.
Oh, sorry to see you in jail.
Thank you, son. I appreciate the thought. I'm sorry to see me here as well.
I was really hoping to buy a ship from you.
Well, now, normally, I would do absolutely anything to get you into a comfortable ride right away. But my hands are tied. They're shackled. I can't do it. Not at any price. I'm completely out of inventory. Every ship on the lot was seized by unscrupulous lawyers who don't care about your sailing needs the way I do.
Okay, don't worry about it. I've already got a plan to steal a ship from LeChuck.
Well, if you don't get killed, look me up afterwards. I'll give you a good price for anything that can stay above the waterline. Naturally, it'll have to be store credit until I get back on my feet.
What did you do that got you arrested?
Let me tell you something, son. It's not what a man does that matters, it's who he is. Maybe one day, in a moment of weakness, he crosses a line. But if he's confident about what's in his heart, he can hold his head high. And you know what's in my heart, son?
Blood and goopy stuff?
People! People are in my heart. Anything I may have allegedly done, you can be sure I did it because I care about people.
What exactly did you allegedly do for people that got you arrested?
I gave them what they wanted. Now, naturally, people don't always know that they want the things they want. Sometimes it takes a man with a talent like mine to show them the way. And sometimes people who are jealous of that sort of talent will try to put all sorts of unpleasant labels on it. They use hurtful words like scam and misrepresentation and even fraud. But it's all just marketing, son. As natural as the rocks and the trees and the Malay Island flounder birds. And that's why I'm not worried. I'm awaiting final judgment of the court, but I'm certain I'll be acquitted. They don't hang people for marketing.
Didn't you used to have a law practice or something?
Used to, but I was disbarred for what we former law practitioners call moral turpitude.
Is that a real word?
More or less. It's one of those handy catch-all words that you can use whatever you want because it doesn't mean anything specific.
Would it help if I broke you out of jail?
Now that's a kind offer, it truly is. Warms me to think that you'd do that for your old pal Stan. But I've got to think about the optics. I don't want to damage my case, and escaping from jail doesn't look good at trial. So thanks, but no thanks.
Are you sure you don't want me to?
115%, son, but thanks.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
Now that you mention it, there is one thing I've been missing during my time here in this lofty establishment. In all the rush and fuss and document shredding surrounding my arrest, I completely forgot to grab my toothbrush. If you happen to be passing by the shipyard, you might grab it for me. It'll be on my desk in the office.
Ah, vale.
I've been to the shipyard. Your office is all boarded up, with your toothbrush sealed inside, presumably.
Well, don't worry yourself about it then, son. I found a dead centipede in the corner that should do until they let me out.
I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
The secret? Boy, that takes me back. But if you're looking for help, you're barking up the wrong enchilada. Just remember, life has no guarantees or warranties. Only jamborees.
Thanks. That's advice. See you later.
Yep.
Vale, estas cosas no se ponen aquí, ¿no? Las cosas secundarias, no. Vale, tengo que ir al cerrajero. Y espérate, esto un cartel ahí.
Hey, kid.
Una araña. Una
They say
araña,
the
pero no
only
creo que
real
pueda hacer
prison
nada
is the
con
one in
araña.
your head. But take it from me, that's a load of barnacles.
Hi there.
Hiya. Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. Good choice on the lock. These are really sturdy. It's the same kind they use over at the jail.
Ooh, wow. What a coincidence. I had no idea.
Hey, Guybrush!
Hey, kid. Word of advice, kid. Stick to the narrow straights.
Otis, The authorities have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not
Logro.
mention their name should any awkward questions be asked. Good luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
I'll stay on this side of the bars, just in case. This is for you.
You're giving me a frog?
It's a forgiveness frog, for when words aren't enough.
You haven't even bothered to write anything personal on this frog. That's just rude. I reject your frog.
Dear Carla, sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I appreciate that you're keen on bluntness. As shown by your actions at Santa Catalina, please accept my humblest apology. I've implemented a reminder system for myself. This is for you.
Dear Carla, I'm impressed, Guybrush. Surprisingly thoughtful. Considering it's you, I'm strangely moved to forgive you for losing my book. And I'll treasure this frog as a memento of the time you did something right.
Vale, entiendo que me ha perdonado. Y de aquí entiendo que tendré que coger este, ¿no? A ver. El relato interminable de la travesía sin fin. Trucos de vudú, estrategias de combate náuticas, ingredientes.
It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty. Does not include Secret of Monkey Island. Oh. Note to the reader. No disguised secrets are revealed in this book. It's thicker than I would have imagined. The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station.
Ah, pero es que no tengo ni idea de para qué quiero los libros.
All right. I was upset after you lost.
Thanks. I won't let you down. The blurb says it's a...
Ah, vale, porque es morado y lo puedo sustituir por el libro de que hay en la cerrajería.
Hello, Mr. Brush.
Hi.
No. Joder, tiene que ser esto, ¿no?
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station.
¿Para qué quiero este libro? Ni idea.
Hello again. I think I'll browse around.
Try not to touch.
Vale, vamos a ir aquí. si podemos entrar aquí.
The assets of this establishment. I don't want to wreck my brand new. The window's all boarded up. Is that an old toothbrush?
Vale, no se puede abrir con esto. Vale, quiero ir también al museo, a ver si está abierto. Vale, parece que sí.
Hi there. Welcome to the Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Thanks.
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melee Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
Why do you have this big gear?
It's from the Melee Clock Tower, stolen during a pirate raid nearly 75 years ago. It was recently found at an inn on St. Martin, where it was being used to mill corn. I traded some old furniture for it that we had in the back room.
Has anyone thought about putting it back in the clock?
Nah. If the clock started working, it would only confuse people.
What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It was found in the Melee jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important. Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here, on Melee.
That's a nice coffin.
The one with the ore. Yeah, the coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
Tell me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know. What's the significance of the peg leg?
That belonged to the infamous Peg Leg Patty. She used to hide a spare cutlass in it, in case of capture. Sadly, that's the reason she's no longer with us.
Eye patch worn by Captain John Laney, the Pirate of 1,000 Faces. There's some very tiny writing on it. letters are a little clearer, but still too tiny to read. What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy #1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
No tengo claro
The display case is locked.
si esto significa que voy a poder abrir esto. Necesito algo.
Pirate Times. Editor Conrad
Sí.
Lee. Ready to publish your unrecognized genius. It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
No kidding? Wow! Are you named after Guybrush Threepwood?
I guess you could say that.
Nice.
I'm going to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, that's excellent! Super retro. If you need a place to display it, I know a convenient museum.
Your museum is quaint.
Thanks. It's been a personal passion of mine. I'm nuts about old-timey pirate stuff.
Old-timey?
Being around it really makes you feel like you're a part of something. Doesn't it?
I am part of something.
Exactly.
Are any of these things valuable?
The security parrot isn't just here to look piratey. John Laney's eye patch is irreplaceable. It's the highlight of the collection. Amazingly, I got it at a yard sale. They didn't know what they had.
Do you have maps of the forest here?
No, that's not really what we do. Try the map shop in town?
Tell me about that newsletter of yours.
The Pirate Times. We publish pirate news, pirate stories, pirate poetry, all things piratey, really.
I see you wear a peg leg, despite having both of your original legs.
Just part of the docent's outfit, for the tourists. Kids always want to try it on.
That's charming.
This is a museum for people who think attacking ships and murdering the crew for profit sounds fun.
Touché. I'll have a look.
Please do.
Vale, o sea, de aquí necesitamos el expositor, pero vamos, que no lo vamos a poder abrir.
I'm no good at jimmying things.
No creo que sea la misma llave.
It doesn't fit.
What? Is some...
Well, I was just wiping a smut.
Oh, all right. But be careful. Guard parrots are attacked.
Probablemente habrá que hacer algo también luego con el loro. Ya veremos.
It's cracker mix. Some assembly required. Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet. It doesn't seem interested.
Vale.
I used to love these when I was sick. I think they're illegal now.
Vale, el tema de la astilla.
Hi.
Are you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week. I don't know what it's called, but it was sort of, you know, a hot food.
Yeah, but I'm not...
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Hop to it!
Right away, sir.
Ingredientes, o sea, el libro de los ingredientes, ¿no?
This was where the fantastic Flying Fettuccine Brothers circus used to be. Nothing left but old tent pole holes. Wow, I could have had a totally different future if I'd stayed with them. Can I borrow this?
One book at a time.
Thanks.
Thanks for returning my book. Maybe you have learned to be responsible.
Can I borrow?
You cook like a cow.
That's why I need the cookbook.
Fine. Fine.
Thanks. I won't let you down. It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty. Fancy.
Waiter, just bring me what the...
Of course, sir. Sorry for that.
Stay away from my mom.
I found this at the governor's mansion.
Wow, Guybrush. I don't know how you knew I needed this, but the mystery dish must be in there. I have no idea which one it'll be, so I'll just have to make them all. I'd better get to work. Thanks, Guybrush.
It's Carla's copy of...
Vale, se pone el tío a eso y a lo mejor ahora sí que podemos... Vale. Vale, astilla de la fregona. Perfecto. Tenemos la astilla de la fregona. Entonces vamos a los mapas.
Wally, here's a sample of the wood you wanted. Can you make me a map now?
Sure, here it is.
Thanks, Wally.
Vale. Y ya podemos ir al bosque. Vale, entramos. Parece que hay que ir por donde está la flor morada, entiendo. Por aquí. ¿Era por arriba otra vez? No creo. No entiendo. A ver, este tiene tres lados. Uno con las flores raras esas a la derecha, con La carnívora a la izquierda y con esto arriba.
It's like there's a welcoming committee. Mind your mama, little prickly kids. Hey, little fella. Wow! The distinctive shape tells me this is the rare, endangered Malay Island mop handle tree.
Vale, ¿qué tengo que hacer? Hostia, salió fuego y todo. Bien hecho, la verdad.
Another resource has given its all in support of my personal goals. It's what nature is for. I'll take a shortcut back.
Vale, tenemos esto.
I carved it myself. I made a mop. It's
Vale, ya
a
está.
single perfect instrument that I will keep and use for a lifetime.
Vale, tenemos la fregona. La fregona... Quiero usarla aquí.
Hey, kid! Jail is like a bad breakfast.
No se puede.
Small, greasy, and hard to swallow.
It seems to be stuck closed. This key doesn't fit. I don't see anything useful here.
Vale, a ver. Vale, creo que lo vamos a ir dejando, me parece, esta parte. Lo dejamos con varias cosas que podemos hacer. Esto. Con esto no se podrá abrir la puerta, típica... No. Tenemos la fregona, pero no tenemos... Tenemos que conseguir abrir... Tenemos que conseguir el parche. Pero para el parche no vale con esto, con el monóculo. No vale con el monóculo. Podríamos abrir también la tienda donde están, pero necesitamos algo para quitar los clavos o algo así. Pensaba que con la fregona íbamos a poder... Estoy un poco perdido ahora mismo.
Waiter, just bring me...
Of course, sir.
Fuego.
This will be excellent. Really?
Is he?
Innovative. Yep.
No sé.
He'll never complain again.
¿Qué es esto?
It's torn and ugly, but strangely compelling.
Convincente. ¿Para qué? Bueno, no sé para qué podría ser esto. Cartel.
It's torn and ugly, but strangely compelling. The scrollbook is nice, but there are no numbers. Never mind.
I never do.
If any clock were the exception to that...
¿Para qué quiero este cartel? ¿Para qué quiero el cartel? El museo. Para el hueco ese que está vacío.
Actually, I think I'd rather not hear about that again.
No. ¿Para qué quiero esto. Hostia.
It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. It's probably time for them to fly south. Hey,
Threepwood. I should.
Can I be on your ship if I change my name?
Only if you also change your face. Sorry.
Vale, esto igual es alguna especie de... como de DNI o algo así, o no sé.
What do you think of this baby? Signature model. I made it myself.
I'm sure it's great, Threepwood, but I can't give you the swabby job unless you magically turn into somebody else.
No parking of demonic... Hey, watch it!
¿Qué ha pasado?
I'm gonna find this.
It'll turn.
Don't look.
Buzz.
Are you sure I can't?
Yes.
Yo ho.
Bueno, pues ahora sí que lo vamos a dejar aquí. Veremos cómo podemos continuar, porque estoy un poco perdido ahora mismo. Bueno, me ha gustado mucho, la verdad, así que seguiremos dándole. Muchas gracias y nos vemos en la siguiente parte. Así que adiós.